and a 3 and a 2 and a 1. What's up and welcome to another episode of Talk Your Shift. I am Mel.
I'm Annette.
Can you just stop? Anyways.
I am Roseblood, and this is Dom, the brat.
Yes. This makes so much sense. I'm so glad I put you guys together in the same room because this is good stuff. So if you're new here, we talk about life and the journey that we're on as far as healing and personal growth goes. And we are always big on promoting artists, on promoting small businesses. So who better than to bring a really good close friend of ours, Roseblood. She is from the band Cut Like This.
Very happy to be here.
And they are kick-ass. All right. So, thank you for joining us.
Of course. Yeah.
So,
I'm a big fan of the show.
I'm so excited. So, Roseblood actually taught me like a lot of stuff before like I even got into this, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna do a podcast. And she was like, hell yeah, go for it, girl. So, thank you.
Done did it. You done did it. I'm so proud of you.
Thanks, Fran. Also, she's AKA Carlton's bestie. Just in case anybody want to know. That's how important.
That's my bestie.
Yep. That's
Straight up.
Bestie. So, how are you doing today?
Good. You know, it's a beautifully gloomy day. It's a perfect time to discuss spooky season. So
I love it.
I'm super hyped.
Dom, how you doing, girl?
I'm finding a yawn right now. So that's about my answer.
Dom is on the struggle bus.
Yeah, I feel like if you were to zoom in on my face, you see like little micro things going on where I'm like, don't yawn, don't yawn, don't yawn.
We stay yawning. I wish you understood how many yawns I have to edit out of our videos because she'll give it. We just go back and forth. It's a thing.
It's bad.
It is. One of these days we'll get it together where like my editing is going to be so minimal. It'll just be like funny sounds and zoom ins and shit. But until then, we're going to just do our best to be professional. Mm-hmm. So I've got a couple of spooky icebreakers for you.
Oh, yeah. I'm ready.
Okay. So, well, not necessarily spooky, but like it makes sense once So here we go. A sexy Halloween costume or a scary Halloween costume?
Why not both?
Ooh, let me find out.
I knew you were going to say that. I was like, wait for it.
How did you know?
I just know.
Okay.
I mean, look at me. It's a really,
hello.
Is it really hard?
You go.
All right. Oh, me? Oh, I'm going sexy costume all day, every day. I've always, for the most part, worn sexy costumes, even like when I was younger. Mm-hmm. I even got in trouble once at school for wearing one. No, because here's the thing, right? I've always had thick legs, and them socks that come up to your thigh, they don't stay up there.
They turn into knee socks.
They do. So what I had to do was my mom was the one that was like, why don't we just put a garter belt on you to hold up the socks?
Oh, and they were like, the garters are too sexy and
yes.
stuff? Yeah.
I got pulled into the office, and they were like, Melanie, the garters. And I'm like, but how am I supposed to keep my socks up? It seemed like a practical idea. Mm-hmm. I'm like, my mother told me to do this. They were like, no. And I was
because your mom's a G.
I know. She never, like, whenever I wanted to be sexy, like, she never, like, tried to put out that flame. Yeah, that was great. That was really nice of her. Yeah. So that's why I'm just like, so I'm doing sexy. Dom, I know exactly what you're doing. It's neither.
Oh, my God, damn it. You know me so well. I literally was going to be like, neither. I would do something either stupid or funny.
Would you like to tell them certain costumes that you've had?
Yes, and then I'll send you photos so you can insert it. What costumes have I done? 1 year I was lazy, so I was a hockey player and I just wore my equipment. Another year, for a solid like 3 years or so, I know like way back in my youth, I was Michael Jackson like twice, and then most recently, maybe 2019, I was Michael Jackson again, and my best friend Danielle went as Janet.
What era of Michael Jackson?
It's always been Billie Jean. I've never switched it up. Always been Billie Jean, but my best friend was Janet, so that was fun.
A hot look. That was a hot look.
Yeah. And then like I guess like my stupid ones where I was a stop sign, and my best friend Dylan. One of my best friends, Dylan, he was Jesus because the driving school that we went to for driver's ed is, I think it's in Catholic school. So it was Jesus never stops. So he was Jesus and I was a stop sign.
Oh my gosh.
I was Billy Mays.
Who's Billy Mays again? Is that the Slap Chop guy or is that the ShamWow guy?
OxyClean.
OxyClean.
Yeah.
I was gonna get
I can't
there.
believe that you know the names of infomercial people.
Yeah. So Billy Mays, my favorite one was a lamp. That was arguably my best costume. So
My friend did her man was a lamp and she was a moth and she said, "I love lamp" all night. It was hilarious. It was hilarious.
so cute,
it was
though.
It was really
That's a pretty
really
good couple
funny.
costume.
Did she like smack into him every once in a while? Because that would have been a great bit.
It would have. It would have been cool. I don't know. And if you listening out there have an unusual or interesting costume that you've done, or a really funny or stupid one, tell us about it in the comments or send us a message.
Oh yeah, let us know. I want to see. I want to hear. If you could send us pictures, that'd be fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Please.
But don't be nasty. Send regular pictures. We don't want none of that over here.
We don't want no dick pics unless it's dressed up like Dracula, bitch.
I just had a really funny image in my head. I thought for a split second, you said turn it into a cake pop.
Oh my god.
I feel like that's gonna end up backfiring so badly.
Oh God. Anyways, just be respectful when you send us pictures, please.
I'm underage.
No, she's not. She just doesn't want to see it. Okay.
No, we really don't want any of those kind of photos.
Okay.
Please do not send
Please
them to
don't.
us.
If
Please
you're
don't.
thinking about doing it, just
If you think it would be funny to
do
do it and send it, it's not. It's just gross.
It's never funny.
That's something to leave in the drafts and leave it there forever. So
Yeah.
Okay, so you are known to like do like your costuming, like especially in Boogeyman. I
Yeah.
know that you like constructed your costume pretty much from scratch.
Yeah.
And like painting, like go check out the music video so you can see not only like the musical talent but the artistry behind like just being a performer in general, because you are not just looking at like the lead singer of the band. You are not just looking at a lyricist over here. You're looking at a circus performer.
This is true.
So she's very used to doing all of the things. So I'm very curious, out of all the costumes and stuff, have you ever had like a costume mishap or like an allergic reaction?
Oh, of course. Yeah. Yeah. I've had tons of, I mean, that's just part of any performer or cosplayer or, anybody that lives in costumes can tell you that there's always going to be some crazy malfunctions. So I always carry safety pins and needle and thread and stuff like that just in case. So yes, there have been so many crazy weird. I had an allergic reaction. I made like this really beautiful feather collar that was like really gorgeous and epic, and it was like these like raven black wings that came up, and it was this whole like badass dandy like Victorian outfit and stuff, and I was looking pretty fucking fly until my face started reacting to whatever they used to paint those feathers black. I started to have a reaction to it, and so I started to get allergy like welts all over the like under my chin and stuff, and over here, and I was able to disguise it pretty well, and I took like some Claritin and stuff, and and I like cleaned the area. I have a lot of experience with dealing with my allergies, so I'm always kind of prepared for handling it. So
what
it
was
was
your
easily
costume?
remedied. I mean, it wasn't even. I hesitate to call it a costume because I wasn't even performing that night. It was just. I mean, everything. A lot of the things that I wear could be considered costumey looking, and it's really funny when people are like, "Oh, what's this costume for?" And I'm like, "This is just how I dress." Like
That's amazing, though. I love
just
it.
live with that fact.
I was gonna say you could like put a spin on it, where it's like zombie.
No.
She was in too much discomfort.
This was like a beautiful vampire event. So this was like I was supposed to be looking classy, not like a zombie. It was definitely that was not the look. But I got it all to calm down, and it was fine at the end of the day. I ended up layering underneath it with a cloth one so that the feathers weren't actually touching me anymore.
Okay.
That's good. Yeah.
easy
See,
to
she's
get that.
handy.
Yeah.
She's smart. She figures things out.
That's true. You gotta be ready to adapt. In my circus school, I was known as Circus MacGyver because whenever anything just like some random thing goes wrong. It's all about staying on your feet and being able to, just be calm in the moment and be like, okay, what's the problem? How do we solve it? What do I need? You know what I mean? I'm like, what do I got? Like, what can I make? I made a screwdriver out of a drill bit and tape and a stick.
Oh my god! I feel like she's just gonna start asking for like random things when she needs to like fix a car. It's just like cotton ball, sketch tape. You got bubble gum?
I got this.
Oh man!
And I'm totally aging myself, I'm sure, by even referencing MacGyver.
No,
but...
they had a reboot. MacGyver had a
who
reboot.
watched that reboot? No one.
I didn't really hear about it. I saw a couple of clips on TikTok.
The
That's the
OG
only reason I
MacGyver
know.
was incredible, and they did not sufficiently capture that magic in the reboot.
No.
Not from any metric that I've seen.
Okay, that's
I
fair.
feel like reboots are never good. I will die on this hill.
There's definitely reboots that are good. The
It
Crazies. It depends
Oh,
on how
alright.
old the movie
The Crazies was
If
a
the
reboot?
The Crazies was a reboot. The Crazies was
Oh.
a horror movie that was done in what I think like the late 50s, early 60s, something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a reboot. But it was an incredibly well done reboot. Also, the remake of The Blob. That was a really, really good reboot, and nobody would, everybody, like a lot of people like that one. It's like, come on, who's gonna go back and be watching like old school black and white? Like, come on.
I guess most recent reboots, because no one's ever going to change my mind about the Charmed reboot. I'm sorry. If you like it.
I liked it.
I have not given
sorry,
it a
no.
chance
I gave it a
because
chance.
I
liked it.
love the
but
original.
I wasn't a
Exactly.
fan of the original, so it didn't matter to me. So I was able to just enjoy it on its own.
What?
I never saw it. I
Oh,
couldn't
okay,
be a
okay,
fan
okay.
of it because I never
Fair
saw it.
enough,
I was
fair
at
enough.
that point I was not really watching TV anymore. So
Yeah. Fair enough.
Wow. I'm learning things about the both of you right now, and I'm just like, I thought these were my friends. So, to our last question. Okay, here we go. Something too tight that you have to keep adjusting, so this is costume-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Or something that makes it damn near impossible to pee.
I think that peeing is pretty essential. I don't know. I would rather adjust a little bit here and there than have to not be able to pee. But I've definitely worn costumes that were a little bit restrictive in that area. Like latex is definitely one of the more challenging things to wear, depending on like if you're wearing like a full latex bodysuit. If they have some that have like a zipper that goes like all the way around for purposes, and
Definitely bathroom. Definitely bathroom.
Oh,
Sure.
I was like, yeah.
Sure,
and you're
let's
like,
say that.
bathroom.
Keep it PG. Definitely bathroom. Definitely bathroom.
I can't deal with you right now. Anyways. So a zipper, you say?
yes, a zipper. We could refer to it as a drive-through kind of situation.
Hear
So
Mel
yeah.
typing in the background. She's like, zipper. Like, not now.
So yeah, it's good if you're gonna wear a full body cat suit to get one that has a zipper so that it can accommodate your needs.
Are you in agreement with the pee? Peeing or adjusting?
Did it say that it was impossible or nearly impossible?
It said damn near impossible.
That's not entirely impossible. So I think I'm gonna go with that one because I don't stay hydrated. So I don't. It depends. It depends. Like if I know that I'm going to be in an area with a bathroom, then I stay hydrated. But because of when working at the buses, my other job, it was a bathroom on a bus.
Yeah.
So I was very dehydrated a lot of times just because like, yeah, I'm all right. But yeah, I think I have experience with not having to be like, oh my God, run to the bathroom. And I hate when things are tight. I can't stand it. And it just like, it makes me feel an inner level of rage that I don't think I can reach on a normal day. So,
I mean, I wear corsets, so
no. The
tightness is totally
the
fine by
closest
me.
I get to that is a zipper vest. So I think I would choose the P one.
It's
like,
an interesting choice.
I'm really going back and forth because like the pee dance of trying to like get everything off, but then also like because I'm a bigger girl, sometimes certain things aren't like they say it's your size, but it's not really
course.
meant for
Yeah,
your
yeah.
body. So like the bikini area, like if it's too tight, like right on the bikini area, it feels like your leg's gonna get like cut off.
Oh yeah, no,
that's
bad.
the worst.
That's bad.
It's itchy. So I'm kind of like, I feel like I would kind of go with the P only because like I feel like I get chopped in half and I can't stand that. Or like a, you know, like a thong that's just a little bit too
Yeah.
thonging. You feel me? That shit, like you be cut in half, man. I'm not trying to cutting off circulation and you got this big ass dig in your skin. It's itchy. I don't like that.
Yeah, I can see
either.
that being an issue.
Yeah.
Circus is all about making painful things look beautiful, so I'm
bet.
used to discomfort.
I bet. Oh man.
But I do stay hydrated, so because being dehydrated, too dehydrated, sent me to the emergency room once. So
Damn.
keep that in mind.
I'll keep it in mind.
Just saying.
There ain't no bathroom. I'm gonna end up at the hospital where there is a bathroom. So you know, it's a
Hold on one
win-win.
second. I think I need your mic a little bit closer to you, hon.
How about this?
Okay. I'm just like.
Yep,
I think that's good.
that's good. That's a.
Can
full-
you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's there.
Also, you're like, between me and you, we're like the loudest. So do we really need to be this close to the mics?
That's true.
All right.
That's true.
Okay. So now that we've broken some ice, I don't know why I said it like that. We are moving
well.
on to our next segment, which is our beloved meme segment. Woo!
I like the meme segment.
Our meme.
All right, what do we got?
We've got, and I tried to find something special for you.
Aw, snap.
I'm a cinnamon roll.
She is. That's the nickname that I gave her personally,
Yep.
and I stand by it.
Yes, yes. Inside this, behind this tough facade is, just squish and cinnamony goodness. Don't look at me like that.
Facade.
I know, right? I ain't got that. Meanwhile, everybody says I have a resting bitch face. Just talk to me for like 5 minutes and you realize ain't nothing there.
I don't think you don't
that
know.
is such a momentary
Yeah.
illusion. You know? Oh,
God.
that's great.
All right. So here we go. You could spend more time trying to teach them your song, or you can go where your music is already being played. Find your people. Loving you is easy for those in harmony.
Yes, that's a really powerful one. I really like
I
that.
agree.
Yeah.
So, questions, statements.
Would you like to go first?
I'm just down with it. I love it. I thought that was it's really beautiful and poetic, and it's very true. You know, it's like if people are not open to your energy, don't waste your time there.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out. You know what I mean? Proceed and find your tribe and meld with them. You know what I mean? Like I always get really excited when I find people that I really connect with and that understand where I'm coming from and that don't think that I'm too much, because I'm a lot, admittedly, you know?
Do you see the other two people at this table?
I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like this.
We are in
isn't
abundance.
quite a bit.
We are in abundance.
You know what I mean? And some people can't deal, you know, and that's fine. You know, I mean, if you don't want this awesome spookiness in your life, then, you know, go be beige and bland and vanilla by yourself, you know?
Yeah, that's fair. I definitely, I've had multiple conversations with Roseblood about like, just, what did we call one of my ex-friends? A stone. And she was just like, you just gonna hold this heavy ass stone around your neck? I think you were like, you're pretty much drowning at this point. Bitch, let go of the stone. Like, it was like a whole
I
thing.
remember that. Yeah, no, I was like, yeah, no, it's like a stone that you've been carrying around your neck for so long that you've forgotten that you can take it off, you know? And it's just like, hey, boom, like you're 100 and something pounds lighter now. You know what I'm saying?
I know. It's crazy. And it's like, you know, we say we're a lot and like we joke about it all the time, but like truly you're not a lot for the people who are meant for you, right?
Yeah.
You know, for your circle. They're just like, "Oh, you're just like us." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I love that after all these years of having like shitty friends, like I've finally come into a place where like everybody's so dependable and wonderful, and like I just love catching up with everybody and seeing like everyone doing things that they're passionate about and like receiving support from all of you guys at the same time, you know, having people root for you in the background because ain't nothing worse than a fucking hating ass bitch.
Oh,
like,
man.
being a negative Nelly. You know what I mean?
Yep.
'Cause
I
that
wrote a
shit bring you
whole
down.
song about it.
That's right.
It's called Fake Friend.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I very much agree. It's I feel like there's a lot of songs about breaking up with a partner. You know what I mean? But there's not as many songs that are just like, yo, I thought that you had my back, and what the. Like now there's like 12 knives in it. What happened? You know? Like,
And now I'm bleeding from my spine.
exactly. You know? So I wrote a whole song about a fake friend that it was somebody that I really thought that that was dear to me, and they really did the most utterly atrocious thing that you could think of, and I was just like, wow, like you are not anything like that. Like that was just all an act. Like everything that I thought I knew about you is not even real. You know, it's just a front. You know what I mean? Like crazy, you know? So
and it's heartbreaking. I feel like sometimes breaking up with a friend though,
it's even harder than breaking up with a
Yeah.
dude sometimes or a chick or whatever non-binary paramour that you know have chosen to have in your life. Like when you lose a friend that like you really trusted,
Hell yeah.
ooh, that burns. It burns.
I was crying for months.
burns.
I was.
I understand. I have been there.
Cause it's just like you chose them as your family. Like
Yeah.
you know my business. You know what I mean? First of all, you know my business. And,
Yeah.
and second of all, with you knowing my business, you still gonna be like horrible to me.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's also bad when, like, I had a friend break up recently where, it was just like an overreaction, in my opinion, you know what I mean, to something that, you know, like a text and stuff. And it's like, yeah, it was a misstep. And I apologized. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that was totally, you know, not on purpose or anything. You know what I mean? Like, can't we talk about it? And, you know, they were just in a place that they were just mentally not in a healthy place, and it was better for me not to have them in my life anyway. You know what I mean? So it did me a favor by, you know, making their exit, but it still really hurt because, you know, as far as like friends go, like friends to me are like family. So it's like, you know, when I'm really like close to somebody and like, I expect the same courtesy and the same forgiveness that I would have extended to them. Because I'm like, okay, that's a really hurtful thing, but can't we work this out?
Yeah.
You know, that you just said something super hurtful to me, but I see where you're coming from, and I still think that this could be salvaged. This is a really shitty way to end. Like they did it over text, and they wouldn't even talk about it. They like refused because they were just in a bad headspace, and they just couldn't handle life and the world at that time and stuff. And I was like, okay, you know, like, you know, I was like, if you change your mind, you can reach out to me. But I take, when I tell people that I'm going to do something, I do that shit. So if I tell you that I am not going to reach out to you, understand that you will not get any messages from me from this point forward.
Yeah.
You won't get any texts. You won't get any calls because I honor the things that I say. So if you told me back off, I don't want to talk about it, then have a beautiful life. I wish you the fucking worst. And, you know, like.
Say, go step in a puddle. Go step in a puddle.
Oh my god.
But no, I was just like, hey, you know, I was like, all right. But I was like, but I was serious. And I'm sure that they thought that I was going to reach out to them again. And I was like, no, like you expect me to give you all of this respect and all of this blah, 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 but you're not giving me any of that back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you're not even honoring all of the good things and all of the pleasant interactions that we've had up until this point.
Yeah.
And you're not giving me the benefit of the doubt as your friend. You know what I mean? Like, why are you treating me like I'm your enemy? You know what I mean? Because you're in your head about some other stuff. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, I upset you and I'm sorry. I'm very sorry about that. But shouldn't this be a conversation that we can have? I felt so bad about my misstep that I was very much like profusely apologizing and stuff. But then at a certain point, I was like, okay, but there has to be some reciprocity here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I have not been so cruel to you as to deserve not even the benefit of a, not face to face because she, lived out of town and stuff, but like an actual conversation that's not like 2 texts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that
kind of shows you where they're at. And,
Yeah.
like, what the relationship
Yeah,
is.
they were just in a very bad place mentally, and and I shouldn't, it's like I was just like, oh, it was just whatever, know.
It reminds me of like our boundaries conversation where
Yes.
like we specifically were talking about like if you don't set your boundary and you just stay quiet about it, how is the other person gonna know
exactly.
that like you're not okay with something? And like sometimes you don't even know what's going to upset you until an interaction with another person,
Absolutely.
because that's just what happens. People create, different moments with each other. That's what the interactions like.
Yeah.
That's how they bring growth. And so, like, it's one thing to, like, set that boundary, and then it's also another thing to take accountability, So, like, I mean, you tried, but some people find it difficult to have those conversations, and I know, like, some people, they've never experienced that. I had a friend of mine where, like, I hurt her feelings, and she kind of, like, mentioned it in passing, and I was like, oh, shit, my bad, like, how can I, but like, as she said it and I was like trying to apologize, she was like, but forget about it. It's fine. I'm over it. And I was like, okay, but like, if you need to, you're the emotional one. You're always so emotional. We don't need to talk about everything. And I was just like, but like,
Girl.
I've known you for years. If I hurt your feelings, I need to talk to you so I can A, take accountability for the mistake that I made, and then B, correct that
That's
moving
a very
forward.
neurodivergent respance.
What?
Yours.
Mine?
Yes.
Oh God! I know. I'm
You're like, but I need to analyze this. And yeah, but they don't need to talk about it again because it might piss them off all over again. You know what I mean? Like, I understand that to an extent. You know what I mean? But
I see what you're saying.
maybe it wasn't the time that they wanted to talk about it at that particular point.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
anytime there was ever an issue, though, they never wanted to talk about it.
Oh, okay. No,
Yeah.
then they just have issues with talking
Yeah,
about
that
their,
was-
I was
their
gonna
problems.
say, like, also
yeah.
too, sometimes how people say things, like you were saying, like, oh, they might re-piss themselves off, but I feel like in those moments, like when the response is, but it's fine, it's whatever, you're currently pissed off, so it's kind of like,
Yeah.
it's
And, like-
clearly not fine, and you're clearly not over it, so... And then, I mean, I guess if they don't want to talk about it, then let them be all mad by themselves. Because, like, you tried to talk about it, you apologize, and then they're the one that's going to go sit and fucking victim.
Yeah.
Like, play
She
victim,
made it.
so.
She made it difficult. Like, and it was just like communication was just always difficult.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, then that's just not a good friend, not a good person to have in your friend
That was my
circle for you.
stone.
Yeah.
She was
See? There
She
you
was
go.
my stone.
There you go.
Like,
Yeah, you just when you had described everything to me, I was like, no, this person cannot be, it's like for everything there is a season, and sometimes
yeah.
that season ends, and it's you got to, let yourself grieve the fact that all right, that season is over with that person, and just try to, like even with that person that, upset me, and that I upset, I'll take accountability for that. I still do, remember positive interactions with them. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, okay, I'm going to focus on that. And, and I'll work on, making sure the behaviors that, upset them are not present in the future in other interactions with people, you know? So that's all you can do. Try to be the best you that you can be. That's it.
yeah. Yo, that shit is so funny. She's like, that's such a neurodivergent thing to do. I'm like, bitch, shush. I'm waiting on my diagnosis. Our group is pretty neurodivergent for the most part.
Oh, yeah.
Like a bunch of brainiacs, socially awkward at times, say weird things. Like it's not necessarily the best thing to say at the time. Yeah, that's us.
Yeah.
We do our best. We do our best, and we love you. Sorry
go.
if it comes off a certain type of way.
That's when it's important to surround yourself with people that understand that and that can be cool with that energy. And they're like, okay, I'm not going to judge you on that. Like, this person, the awkwardness of that interaction that I had with that person partly was due to my neurodivergence, and I was just like, I'm so sorry, but that's not necessarily something that I can entirely fix. You know what I mean? I was like, I can do my best. And it was actually something that I had addressed when we first became friends. So I was just like, hey, there's this one thing, it's like, just keep in mind, this is not an intentional thing, but sometimes, and I was like, and I'll do my best. And if I slip up, let me know, But they didn't let me know until it was like too much of a situation in their brain. And I was just like, well, that's on you, darling. That's on you.
And now.
Oh, snap.
It is time for my favorite time.
Oh, yes.
Am I the asshole?
I'm so excited. I love these so much because you find really, really good ones.
I be looking.
You
Reddit
do.
is a fucking.
Oh,
it's
a
chaos.
Cesspool. It's a cesspool for sure.
Thank you. That's yes, it's terrible. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Am I the asshole?
Yes.
For this situation?
Yes.
Here we
All
go.
right, let's go.
My boyfriend, 24 male, says that he doesn't want me, 23 female, to initiate sex anymore as he feels emasculated.
You know what? Go ahead because I already feel
Dom has a lot of feelings right now.
internal boiling taking place.
The internal thermometer has reached the top and
that's
exploded
so
already.
stupid. Just from the first line, I'm already like, all right, well, you're an idiot, so
Oh,
he is.
Are you ready?
Okay.
He's an asshole. He's dumb.
Hey guys. That's very cute. So my boyfriend Duke and I have been dating for 4 months. Oh my God. Our first date was a blind date set up by our friends, and I wasn't exactly into him at first. One of my pet peeves is when people chew with their mouth wide open, and that's what he did while talking too.
Absolutely not.
You're only further proving my point.
Let's get through this, guys. I was annoyed, but I stayed because he is very attractive and has a great sense of humor. Girl, I get it. Both are some of the key attributes that I look for in a partner. I was still hesitant to go out on a second date, but my friend managed to persuade me. On the second date, I told him that his open mouth chewing bothers me, and he right away stopped and never chewed with his mouth open again. A man that listens. Amazing, right? Anyways, we had sex for the first time on the 5th date. It was amazing. I don't think the details are relevant here, so I'll skip past that. After that, sometimes he'll initiate sex and sometimes I will. We both talked about our boundaries and agreed to do things that were comfortable for both of us. He actually liked it when I initiated sex, which is supposed to be normal, right? Or I guess it seemed like it because last night when we were watching a movie and I started rubbing his dick, he grabbed my wrist and said, "We only have sex when I started." Naturally, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? He then said that he never liked it when I initiate naughty time and that it makes him feel emasculated. I was still confused, so he continued with, basically, men are the dominant alpha by birth, so I don't like it when a woman is in control. I need to be the only one who initiates sex, otherwise I will feel weak and pathetic. Not his exact words, but very close. If you hear any of that deep breathing, it's the pissed off women on my right. I told him that I have never heard of any man complaining that it's weak to be hit on by a woman or for a woman to initiate sex, and he said that it's because I'm young and still have a lot to learn, which is exactly why he should be the alpha. What the hell does that even mean? I still haven't broken up with him, and we did have sex that night, initiated by him, but since this morning, I've been trying to make sense of what he said to no avail. I've asked my friends, and they're also confused. So this is why I've turned to Reddit for some advice. So is she the asshole?
No.
Hold on, I have to cough because Okay, I was choking back so much that it caused me to cough, okay?
Just wanted to say the age gap is a year. He's 24 and she's 23.
Sweetheart, that is not a man. That is a boy. That is not a man. That is pathetic. That is the most pathetic thing I've ever heard in my life. And anybody...
Who stops a dick rub in the middle of a dick rub? I'm sorry.
First of all, when he's trying to like be assertive and he says during naughty time, that you already there is your answer. There is your answer. Like, you're making me feel weak. You're just dumb. You're dumb, you're childish, and you're insecure. So
if that's all it takes to make you feel weak, then you are not an alpha, my friend. You are a beta.
Bitch.
Yeah. Yep. It's weird. I don't like it.
Oh, he's the asshole. He's the asshole 1,000,000%. I'm sorry. That's the most childish and pathetic thing. And that's something that only a 20-something-year-old would say, I think. I feel it's honestly sounds like something like a 16-year-old would say. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
this
it's
is
so
why I
childish.
hate my generation, because like they do shit and I'm like, you're making us look bad. Like, oh my god, that's fucking crazy. Yo, he definitely goes home and his mom makes him SpaghettiOs or some shit. Like, bro, like you need to go outside and get jumped. Like, go outside, learn something about the real world, because that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that was
Like, what? It makes me feel emasculated.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's other things that make you feel that way.
It's so weird though. It's just I don't understand what this whole like I get like socially, right? Like why they feel a type of way, but it's just like at some point you have to realize that like all genders, sexes, however you want to put it, have genitals.
Yeah.
Like there is a drive, except for, you know, with ace people, of course, that like there's a sexual drive. You telling me that like you only want it like when you have to like ask her for it?
Yeah, that's
you know what I
crazy.
mean? Instead of like knowing she's ready and
That's
she
crazy.
wants to be like,
That's ridiculous.
you know what I'm saying?
That's so ridiculous. And I hope she moves on to
Yeah.
far better
4
pastures.
months is nothing, bitch.
Yeah,
Go
that's not-
find somebody else.
I've never heard of that before, because from what I've heard,
I've
it's
heard
like,
it before. Yeah.
really,
No,
I've
this
never
rhetoric
heard that.
before.
Like I've heard
That's a
from
man-child.
guys. No, I've heard from guys that like shoot that shot, damn. Like
Yeah.
come tell me I'm pretty. Like, shit. So
You know
I
what's
love
funny?
that.
I was like asking Carlton the other day. I'm like, would you like if I bought you flowers? Would you like them? And he's like, honestly, if it's a gift that doesn't have a use, make it small so so it's tiny and I can keep it with my other little gifts and I'll keep it forever.
Aw.
If it's useful, I don't give a fuck how big it is, you know. And so he's like. So in plain English, no, he does not want flowers, because I was gonna get him flowers, and I was just like, he was just like, no, because it's not useful.
Yeah.
It's just really, really.
so
Yeah, I
funny.
mean, you asked an engineer if he wanted flowers, so
I know.
that's on you.
I know. It's just like Annette's better at getting him gifts because she knows how his brain works, because she's also very similar in like the puzzly thing.
Oh yeah. Also, I've known him for freaking ever, so I have a couple of decades on you.
I know. She's just like, you tried to give that man flowers. What the fuck is he gonna do with flowers? So, you know, but like, it's just I don't know, man. I can't picture. Do you know what? I'm just really grateful I'm out of these streets.
Right? Oh man.
Like that's really.
I feel bad for
Sorry,
anybody.
Dom.
I
Alright,
feel bad
it's
for
alright.
Sorry.
people in the dating scene right now.
I'm not.
because-
I
I mean, she's not even in the streets. She's
Yeah.
like in the house
inside
looking out the window.
Yeah, exactly. Well said. You're not supposed to shake hands with the left, but my right hand's
She's
over
like
here,
she's
so.
like poking the finger down with the blind, like
Yeah.
looking down like
and
horrible.
judging.
And then,
Literally, I like look. I'm like,
You're like, nah.
okay,
no,
fades into the back.
You did a
That's
Homer
so
Simpson into the bushes.
Literally.
Oh my god, that's
literally.
exactly what I was thinking. But it's very sad. And like,
Yeah.
you know that they had like a couple of articles that were saying like that, you know, this is the loneliest time for men at this point, and like they're not having as much sex as they used to back in the day, and this, that, and third. This is why.
They don't know my slutty ass friends.
This is why, because it's like I just feel like some of the requirements are so out of pocket. It's not realistic. Like,
Ridiculous.
and the thing is, if like if they, because it talked about the fact that they had discussed like what they were comfortable with and what they weren't comfortable with. Why didn't you establish that
Yeah.
in the very beginning? Because that's like the easiest thing to be.
Yeah.
Like. It's just like, oh, you got like a foot fetish or you got like a piss fetish or something like that. That's a little bit difficult to kind of get into. But simply being like, I like to be the initiator, that would have been such an easy conversation to have in the beginning. But like, could you imagine? He was probably having sex, like feeling like shit because he didn't initiate it first.
Oh my god.
It's just like,
Nah, bro, feel desired. Like what? Like you a passenger princess now. Like what are you saying?
a passenger princess. Yo.
That's just so crazy to me. Like that's how
upsetting.
you would take it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Like,
yeah, no.
you know, instead of like, oh shit, like, okay, this person thinks, you know, I'm cute or whatever. But no, he's like fucking fist fight in the air internally because he didn't start naughty time. Like, and again, I still stick with my statement. If you're having a serious, like, you're pissed and you call it naughty time, like,
Oh, you're gonna stick with
take
that.
a lap. Take a lap. Go touch grass or something, bro. Like, that's crazy.
I can't deal with you. Oh my God.
God.
Well,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Yep, so he's the asshole.
Oh,
you,
he's
you are
100%.
not, girl.
Yeah,
you
no.
need to leave that man,
Yeah, no.
that boy.
I'm sure she moved on.
I
from
really
that.
hope so, because, sometimes women be dealing with trash
Yep.
for a hot second
They do.
because they're like, he can be better. I was also one of those stupid bitches one
Yeah.
time. Like,
Yeah.
I was a dumb bitch, but also it's like it's not being dumb. It's like it's a childhood trauma response. A childhood trauma response. Like that's what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just. You gotta remember what you deserve. I feel like we're making so many references to our last episode or to our previous episodes, but like seriously.
So listen to that one too.
Yeah, listen to all of them.
Also, I think that if you need to tell someone that you are dominant and that you are the alpha, you have already lost your power
Yeah.
as the dominant.
I agree.
As a person who has certainly partaken in all of the pleasures
That's
that the
for
world has
the
to offer.
Patreon episode, y'all.
Yeah, if you guys are interested in hearing all about that, you're going to have to join the Patreon, and we can have a much more interesting discussion about that. But yeah, no, as a person that has played in that scene, and no, I'm sorry, darling. It's all it takes is a look and a word and a grasp in order to establish your dominance. If you are truly a dominant person.
1000%. See, look at her. She's seducing you right the fuck now. Mhm. You hear her in your ears, and then you hear me ruining it. Sorry, guys.
I have an affirmation.
Oh,
I'm going
all
to
right.
share it later when we're
No,
when
no,
I'm
no.
ready.
Proceed,
No, go
proceed.
first,
We
yes.
actually talked about one time how we were thinking maybe about having guests say the affirmation as well, or like if they have one, or whatever.
Yes,
Just
you got one, girl?
Because I've
Let
been
us
listening.
know.
I've been listening.
Do it.
Okay.
Do it.
So yeah, I had an affirmation ready to go for you. It's short, but
That's
it's
fine.
powerful, and it's very simple. It's I'm giving up on giving up. I love it.
Giving up on giving
I
up.
was like, oh, that is my new motto. I actually saw it in an anime. I'm gonna admit that right now.
I thought you were gonna say ad. I was like, oh, you still read the
No.
newspaper.
I saw it in an anime.
I gotta
I
get
was
that.
ready. I was like, oh, I'm ready to receive this right now. You know, I was just like, yes, like I'm giving up on giving up. I'm done. I'm done with that. And like, oh,
Yeah.
delicious.
I love it.
Scrumptious. All right, Dom, hit us.
All right. I don't know if I've used this one before, but even if I have, I think that it should be said again. So,
Go for it.
yeah. So, it's I bring. Oh wait, I didn't. Silent drum roll, please. Thank you. I bring light to those around me, and I thought that it tied in really, really well with the meme. Because if you're not in a group that's going to accept you for who you are, you have that light, but they can't see it, or it's too bright. Not to be all poetic or whatever, but that's kind of how it is. Like someone would be like, "Ah, man, like dull yourself, like calm down, bro," and it's like you're not really doing anything, and that's okay. Sometimes you're too bright for someone, sometimes you're too dull for someone, but that's just because like you can only meet someone at the capacity that they're at. So it doesn't make them a bad person, doesn't make you a bad person, but yeah, I thought it tied in pretty well because everyone brings their own light, and then sometimes you get the northern lights, and then sometimes you get what's it called, astigmatism. So, a little depends on where you are. So
Wonderful. Thank you, Dom. It was
I hope that resonates for you
some
guys.
beautiful words.
I know.
All right. So, thank you for joining us today.
It was my pleasure.
So, let the people know, where can they find you?
Oh man, I am all over the internet. Let's see. If you would like to see all of my crazy costumes and insane circusy weirdness and music videos, as well as my show, The Cutting Room Floor, which is going to start a new season. Finally, where I review horror movies and supernatural and dark animes. You can check us out on YouTube. It's youtube.com/cutlikeThisMusic. And yeah, there's 30 episodes, I believe.
Oh wow.
30 episodes. And so yeah, I'm excited to start a new season. I have been waiting because of the writer and actor strike that's been going on. I wanted to have solidarity with my friends. So, the stuff that I'm going to be reviewing is only going to be stuff that's, already been made and it's already been out. But yeah, it's I'm very excited about it, and I hope you guys are excited about it too. And if you check it out, leave me some comments on the YouTubes. I'm also on Instagram as Cut Like This Music, and my personal one is not going to be shared with you weirdos. So, sorry.
You got me. I was like, oh wow. Yeah, okay. And then when you said not, and I was like, oh, what, not what? What's it?
Oh yeah, and we were also on TikTok as Cut Like This Music, and there's all kinds of really, really, really funny and ridiculous TikToks on there. So yeah, anywhere that you want to find me, there will be interesting things to see. That's for sure.
She's a versatile lady. Versatile lady. All right,
Cool.
Zom.
All right, well, y'all know what time it is. It's time to get out. So.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Oh my God, I feel like I'm at City Field. They're like, all right, everyone out. And it's like you're trying to fucking use the bathroom, and they're like, everyone out. It's like, can I pee? I just spent $30 on a small soda.
Oh my
Let me fucking piss. But, fucking security at City Field. But,
man.
yeah, so check us out. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, which I'm sure you already know, and if you don't, educate yourself. You can find us on Instagram. We also have a Patreon, which is $5 a month.
5.
We also have an email. We have Dickety Talk, and our handle is
Talk Your Shift on all platforms.
yes. So please do us a very big favor. Leave us some ratings, comment. Interact with us. We want to hear from you. I'm sure you want to hear from us because we're funny as shit. And
It's a gift and a curse.
exactly. And
Love
don't
it.
forget to punt. I was thinking about which one I want
punt.
to say.
Okay,
so punt the like and subscribe button because I think we deserve it. So
I think so. We deserve it.
Yeah.
Certainly I do. With all this editing.
oh my God, yeah. Quick shout out
I'm
to
fucking around,
to
I'm
Mel-
fucking
No,
around.
seriously, quick shout out to
Yeah.
Mellard for just really, really, really dedicating and educating herself with how to edit, because I know that it could be pretty difficult. Sometimes I'm on FaceTime with her and I'm either just on a walk or just fucking around, and she's just looking very serious as
It's my work phase.
but it's very funny, and it's also really cool to see the duality because you're doing that, and then you're like, "Bae!" and it's something completely random. She's, so you want to do the broccoli? And it's like, wow, wow, the dichotomy of a woman. But
what are you gonna do?
no, it's really cool.
I gotta multitask.
Yeah, she's working. She's a working bitch. I think you should insert that song. But yeah, no, she's working. She's doing all this editing. She's a mom. And that, in and of itself, I give credit to everyone who's a mom because, God dang, those children are annoying.
Thanks.
They are.
Thanks for. All
It's
right.
the best form of birth control because, you see your friend's
Suffering?
child
Oh.
shitting all over the place or crying, and you're like, I'm good. I'll be an aunt, but that's a seasonal job. That is a part-time job. You are committed and on the clock 24/7. So
No, I can't. Y'all are crazy. Anyways, thanks for joining us again. And thank you for being with us. So join us on Patreon. Come check out the even spicier episode because I'm definitely going to ask my girl some really interesting questions. So come through.
Me?
Yes, because she looks so innocent. All right, guys.
I think everybody saw the horns and the tail sprout out for a second.
I wish I had the editing program, software to just mute. All right.
man.
See you later. Bye.